Hey, this is Jamey from Stonemaier Games. Today I'm going to talk about the two-player only I Cut You Choose game, Animals in Espionage. In this game, you have a hidden identity and a hidden spy, and you're trying to collect icons that match your identity. So say I'm the fox, I'm trying to add up these fox icons, and you're also trying to gain or gather icons that equal your opponent's spy. However, these identities and spies are hidden information. So over the course of the game, you're trying to deduce which identity your opponent has, and which spy they have as well, without giving away your own identity or your own spy. On your turn, you're going to draw 5 cards. You're going to divide them into 2 piles, and then give your opponent the 5th card, and that opponent will then put that card in one of the 2 piles and then choose one of them. So even when it's just my turn, both players are actually doing a little bit of cutting, and only one player is doing the choosing at that point, which I think is interesting on its own. But the thing that kind of the neat hook here is, in most I Cut You Choose games, you have fairly open information about what you want and what other players want. And I think that generally works pretty well for I Cut You Choose games, because for you to make an interesting decision about what to cut, you need to know what your opponent is going after. However, I think in some of the best I Cut You Choose games, like one of my favorites, Hanami-Koji, even though you know what the opponent wants, you maybe don't know exactly what they have. At least that's the case in Hanami-Koji. In this game, you know what they have. It's public information, at least at the point where they gain these cards, but you don't know who they are. It's kind of the opposite of Hanami-Koji. You don't know what they want. And so it's over the course of the game, you're trying to deduce that. You're trying to figure out what their identity is, so you can place cards on the table so that you give them some points, or you give them some appealing piles, but maybe not too much. And at the same time, you're trying not to give away your identity or your spy. So I think this is just an interesting little twist here. I Cut You Choose with the double cut, where I'm cutting a little bit, you are also putting the last card on one of the piles. And over the course of the game, you're trying to figure out what your opponent wants based on what they take. So you're actively paying attention on an ongoing basis to the cards that they choose, so you can figure out their identity and their spy. Just an interesting little twist on the I Cut You Choose mechanism, and I like that they just made it a two-player only game. I think that works well for this I Cut You Choose format. That's my favorite mechanism in Animals in Espionage. Let me know if it reminds you of any other games, or if you've played this game. If you have a favorite mechanism, feel free to mention that in the comments as well. Thanks.